Hi, my name is Andres Naira Alba, and this is my culminating project for dual language education. So, what is dual language education or dual language program? What is it? Well, first of all, in a dual language program, you are learning two languages at once. You're learning either Spanish and English or any other language that is not necessarily just Spanish. We saw it in some videos at the beginning of the course. So we're learning the content as well. We're learning math in just Spanish, or we're learning math in just Chinese, and we're also learning the culture. I think that's very important for us to not forget where that language is coming from. We also learned how being bilingual, how being in a program that is dual language. There's so many benefits to it. There's so many outcomes, like just their performance, their academic performance, their scores. The student scores are going up on the roof. Just for example, here I did put that these programs equals or outperforms their comparison groups being schooled in only one language on all measures. So we can see how our monolinguals, just by um, just comparing our monolingual program, a one language program, to a dual language program, our dual language are going higher on their scores than just a regular a language program. We can see in a dual language, this dual language umbrella. Thomas and Collier also mentioned it. How there's this umbrella where we have four different programs. We have a developmental bilingual. We have our two-way immersion, our heritage language immersion, our foreign language immersion. So this is more like the overview on how dual language program, what a dual language program involves. A dual language model. There's several, and I just put four here because on this picture it showed me four, and I think it's important to really analyze what the picture is saying. So we do have a transitional program. We have a dual language immersion. We have a pull-out or standalone ESL services, or the ESL integrated into core learning. Um, but we can see how in the bilingual education there is segregation here. We can see how our students are being separated. You speak Spanish right here and you speak English right here, and that's fine. Like, we're gonna keep you separated. But in our dual language immersion, we have them all included. We have all of our students together speaking both languages. So that's our goal, our biliteracy. um, we have more programs than these, but the one program that has the most success is the dual language immersion. Thomas and Collier did mention that in these programs, the only program that has a long-term commitment from pre-K all the way to 12th grade is the dual language immersion program. The other ones are subtractive. The other ones have a commitment all the way to just 5th grade, and that's it. In my interview, I spoke to Casey Benavides, and he did mention we have our students from pre-K all the way to 12th grade taking both languages. So it is important to keep it up all the way to their high school, till they're seniors in high school, and that'll show that pattern of outperforming the other groups. So it is a long-term commitment. Thomas and Collier also mentioned that there's some non-negotiable components of dual language education. So uh, separating the two languages for instruction, and at least 50% of the instructional time must be taught in the non-English partner language. So they did mention that. So we do want to have 50 and 50. We do want to keep both languages equal in our classrooms. This graph was the one that called my attention the most, and just seeing it, I think it is a graph that needs to be shared with everyone, with administration, families, communities, everyone who is part of our school system. That way they can see how effective a two-way dual language program is. We can see how from first grade to third grade, all of these programs, yeah, we do see an increase, but then we can see how after third grade, they start going a little bit you guys can see just that they're going down, except for a two-way dual. These students from first grade all the way to 11th grade or 12th grade, it keeps going. And if we can see the pattern, those scores, those achievements, those goals, our students are going to keep going up. Um, just by thinking about statistics and the data, we can see how successful these students are. So it is necessary for us to be sharing these. This graph, I think it's important for our school systems to know that this program has a lot of benefits and a lot of success, that if schools are really into what scores they're getting, and if they're rated A, B, or anything like that, if they want to be an A-rated school, they need to be implementing this type of program, because their scores, they're gonna see the change in the scores once they start implementing this in this program. But in order for them to be successful, we need families and we need the community involved. If we do not keep them in the loop, our students are not going to perform well. We have seen how if we do not communicate with families, we can see how they really don't care. But if we do call them or text them or anything like that, if we keep them in the loop, they have more trust in us, and they're part of why a dual language program is successful. They are the key, and I'm quoting Thomas and Collier. They're the key for planning, promoting, and maintaining high quality program implementation. So we need to keep them involved in order for the DLE program to work. And going back to what dual language is and how it's implemented, well, we need to look back at how a dual language program is. And in this book, the guiding principle is like the Bible of dual language. And there are 7 strands that we talked about, and in my group we talked more about strand 4, the assessment and accountability. But just looking in general about the program, the structure of it, the strand 1 is just how the program is going to be implemented in our school, how it should be implemented, what it should have. Strand 2 is talking a little bit more about the curriculum and how it should be implemented in our classrooms. And then strand 3, if we think about it, is just the instruction. How are we going to be giving out that instruction in a dual language classroom? When we talked about strand 4, assessment and accountability, we need to keep a consistent assessment to see the progress of our students. And if it's not consistent, then we're not being held accountable. So they go hand in hand. If we think about strand 5, I think this is one of the ones that this is one of the main ones. Without professional development, sometimes we get lost and we don't know what to do. And just having that quality PD, it's very important for us and in our classrooms, of course. And we can see how it pays off in our students' results. Family and community, like I just talked about, family and community are the key to have a successful dual language program. And our families, if they're not kept in the loop, we're not going to be successful. So we need to keep them in the loop. Support and resources. This one is more for not just for teachers. Administration needs that support. Families need that support. Our students need that support. Teachers need that support, as well as all of those resources. Anything that we can have in order for us to be successful in our classrooms and our students to be successful in our classrooms, I think that goes a long way. And this actually is the end of my presentation. These are my resources. I used the Collier and Thomas book, Dual Language Education for a Transformed World, and our guiding principles for dual language education. Thank you so much. This was a really great course, and I really think that we're all gonna be taking this somewhere. And just good luck to everyone, and Merry Christmas.